Okay, folks, I'm Barry. This is Jen. This is Jen standing Mike because she's camera shy, and this is what I gotta do to get her on the TV thing, or the YouTube thingy. So today we did Imperial-Assault, and this is our final thoughts for Imperial-Assault, the second time.
Well, really, I already did mine, so it's like the third.
Yeah, somebody forgot the record button.
Barry.
Yeah, I guess it was me, Jen.
Look, I am responsible for
hitting the record button. It's not that difficult.
I pushed it. I just unpushed it and then didn't push it again.
So, Jennifer, what did you think about the campaign mode of Star Wars Imperial?
Well, I stated all of my final thoughts yesterday, so you'll just have to pretend you saw that video. Thanks for watching. It's good. Sorry, it's good.
Good. It's always good.
What do I normally say?
I don't know. It's okay. That's what you normally say.
It's okay.
That's what you say about everything. All right. What do you think about the gameplay?
You know why I always say it's okay? I want people to go
spit it out.
I can't.
Why?
To form their own opinions.
You're the reason I do this final thoughts.
Why?
The first video I did, you said it just stops. You should do something else.
Oh, God darn it.
All right. What do you think about the gameplay, Jennifer?
It's cool. I mean, sometimes it gets a little weird with, normally it's like one person goes and the other, then, back and forth. But sometimes if one of us activates the other person, the other one might get more turns in a row.
Right.
So that's a little weird. It takes a couple turns to get used to.
Yeah, I guess it could. Especially if you're not paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't pay attention.
Yeah, but I think that's an interesting aspect of the game. In this video you saw with 2 players, they had that legendary card which allowed each hero to activate twice instead of just once like you would in a normal, 5-player game. And the Imperial player can have more or less units to activate than the Heroes, depending on their initial deployments and their open deployments and how many figures they have out on the board at one time. I think Jen had a problem with the grouping of the deployment cards for the Imperial player because, you'd activate one card and sometimes 3 figures would move at one time.
Yes. Stormtroopers.
Yes, the Stormtroopers. And there's a couple others with like 2 units at a time. So she was, I think that threw her off. Yeah.
Side note. Your new chair is very comfy, but it's very squeaky.
Yeah, it's leather. Yeah, I think it's interesting. People say this is a lot like Descent. We never played Descent, so we can't really compare it. It is a dungeon crawl in outer space, essentially. It's got some similar feelings to Mansions of Madness in a sense that you're exploring the area you're in and fighting off soldiers instead of monsters.
Do you use the, will you use floor tiles over again in different
missions? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be in different configurations.
I like that they click together.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I do like that they're interlocking. I believe this is the first game we have that is like that. I could be wrong, but I do believe it is the first one that interlocks like that. Now, Jen and I were discussing this yesterday, the first time, and we do have a slight issue with it's either the board or the minis. Either the board's too small or the minis are too big for the board. Because they kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's scaled well. It just seems like the spaces are too small for the minis. Or the minis are too big for the spaces.
Yeah.
Kind of understand why Fantasy Flight did that, save money on production, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's actually the tiles are too small.
Well, you can't have more than one person in a space.
No, you can't.
Is that a rule though too?
Yes,
that you can't? Yeah, so I guess it works out. I mean, the base technically fits in there.
Yeah,
so.
But just barely.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, it feels a little cluttered to me. It's a minor thing. The components are nice, you know, the engraved dice and all that. The card and the tokens and all. The doors.
I gotta go.
Jen had a little bit of an issue about that.
Yes, I did.
Depending on where you're sitting, you could block your line of sight of the figure that you're at. You know, you're playing with.
Yeah, because when we played one time, I think there might have been 2 doors, and I didn't even realize that there was something behind the door that I needed to address because of the way I was sitting.
Right.
So now, before we start, I usually lift the doors and peek.
Yeah, she does.
It's not a secret.
Not a secret. What do you think about the minis?
They're cool. They're not taking as long to paint as some other games that Barry has painted.
I don't really paint much. Like I said, I just got time, so I painted these. You know, and I think I'm getting quicker the more I paint, but I don't know. The paint job's alright, I guess.
Well, you'll notice how lovely he painted the
I didn't get
rebels
to them yet. I didn't mean about the paint job. I meant about the quality of the models.
Yeah, they're good. Although some of them, the assembly is a pain in the butt, like this guy.
Yes.
Putting this gun in there.
The gun turret was a pain with that. The what is that called? ATST.
I don't know, but I thought that we were both going to break it trying to get it in there, but a little nail file helped.
Yeah, we ended up filing off the tab that locks into.
And using a little butter knife to pry it a smidge.
Yes.
And you said that one of the legs on this guy, on your squid, jellyfish.
Yeah, because there's so much detail in these models, the drones here are standing on very small pieces of plastic, and one of them did snap on one of the other drones, and I had to glue that back on. But you know, I don't think they're fragile, but those particular models, you know, I'd advise being a little more careful with. Because, you got such a thin point of plastic touching plastic.
Yeah.
Now, Jen is not particularly fond of the Star Wars universe.
No.
She likes the Star Trek universe better.
Yeah.
With me, it's either one. I really don't have a favorite either. I look at them as 2 totally different things.
Well, I watched Star Trek more.
The original series when you were growing up?
I'm not that old, but I like probably, the Next Generation the best.
Yeah. So did the theme really detract from the game for you?
No, not really.
No, it didn't detract from the game?
No.
I'm surprised at that. Okay.
I didn't like the game. I don't like the theme. What's the detract? No, just kidding.
Well, what did you think about the game? I mean, did you enjoy it? Did you...
Well, I thought, oh, God, Barry's going to make me play another game. No, it's okay. I guess I don't have the desire to just spend the whole day playing chapter after chapter.
Right.
Although you probably would love that.
I don't know about, you could probably play 2 chapter or missions in about 2 hours, maybe 2.5, depending on the mission. They're usually an hour to an hour and a half. It depends on the mission.
Well, you pick your characters and you stick with them the whole series or whatever. Campaign, sorry. They do develop with cards that you acquire and purchase through experience points and credits. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. This is we've only have a few other games that do that. We really didn't delve into the one too much. But
what's that?
Mice and Mystics.
Oh, right.
We've had that one for a while. We just haven't had a chance to get it to the table.
Yeah.
We only played it once or twice, I think.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, they're shorter missions, so you could sit down and do 2 in a day and then be done with it.
But I imagine that there are people that like to marathon.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Now the campaigns are usually they're at least 10 missions long. I think they could be up to like 14 or 15 with the first mission cards. Now we showed the basic entry level campaign mission to the game. Well, the second one. There was one like a learn to play mission, but this is the entry into the campaign, and I'm hoping it gets across some of the feel of the game. I think it'll get better the further in with the campaigns that you get, because any entry level campaign, introduction campaigns, they're not going to be great. They're just you're learning the basics and maybe some more advanced stuff in this case, but they're not going to be what the game is about. And we have played a couple other missions, and they do get better. And I think it's cool that there are those story side missions, and some of them give you some backstory to the characters in the game, because these aren't the mainstream characters in the universe, as far as I know. They're not from like the movies or anything.
No.
I know the Star Trek or Star Wars universe is vast, and I don't know much about any of it, but there's books and comics and all sorts of other stuff.
Yes.
But I think that's cool. It gives you a little bit of backstory on some of the characters.
Well, I think the components are good quality. There's lots of pretty dice.
Lots of pretty dice. You know why they do that, don't you? So they can charge you to buy another set.
What do you mean?
They'll sell separate sets.
Of dice?
Yes.
Oh.
Fancy flight.
Why do you need to buy more dice?
So everybody has it there.
Share.
That brings me up to that. Like I said in the beginning, I heard this is similar to Descent. I never played Descent. And part of the reason I got this over Descent is, one, this base, the sci-fi theme fits me a little better than the fantasy theme. And secondly, this is a new system. So Descent has numerous expansions. I don't know exactly how many, but I know there's at least 10. And it'll be easier for me to buy into this now than it would be for Descent, and then try and backlog and then pick up where they're starting to push them out now. If we continue to expand on this. I know there's 5 or 6 expansions already in the works for this, smaller packs, like pretty much every ally that comes in the game now is a token. There will be an expansion pack with a figure and all that for them later on.
Ooh.
Yes. So.
Where's Darth Vader?
Darth Vader's in the box. We already have him and Luke Skywalker. They keep him with the box, with the base game.
Darth Vader, he's right here.
Yeah. He's picking on that cat.
Love this cat.
Yeah.
It's my nudge.
So, yeah, part of it is that, and I think with new expansions, it'll change the game a little bit, or not change it, but refresh it. If you get bored with the campaigns and all that. Now there is a skirmish mode. We really didn't touch on that too much, because I've never played one. I've tried to help somebody just starting out with the game while they play the campaign to get some of the basic rules down, because I knew them, but I don't know the skirmish rules. There's a few minor changes, I know that, but we haven't played the skirmish yet. I might try and sit down, do a solo run through the game, pick it up, and then maybe film it, maybe not. I don't know. Either with or without Jen. I haven't decided yet.
Sorry, I missed that video.
Yes, this video is taking me a little bit longer than I had anticipated.
The rules are so many.
Yes,
it's really not hard to play. There's just a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of minor rules. And Fantasy Flight did handle that pretty well. The way they're doing the new rule sets, I do like, where there's a glossary for a reference, and then here's how to play, and then they build up off of that. But it can be a little confusing at times. Like I was saying with the skirmish rules, when I was trying to help this guy out, the skirmish mission had terminals on the board, but you couldn't see any use for them in the skirmish rules. And here you had to look in the glossary under terminals, and it would tell you that if you were standing next to a terminal, you could activate it and draw an additional command card each round. But it wasn't in the learn to play rules, it wasn't in the skirmish rules, it was in the glossary. Yeah.
Well, that's just probably an oversight in editing.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's minor issues like that with rules, but like I said, for the most part, I do like the way Fantasy Flight's starting to handle the rules. Now, as for the video, I know I've been in a lot of pain the last couple of weeks, and I know the rules video for this sounded robotic to a point, and it went long. It went a lot longer than I wanted to, because I think I covered so many rules. I went into what each keyword and all that was, and it went a little long. The base rules took almost an hour, but.
Well, what it is Barry sounds robotic because he really is. He was the next generation of data models, and I've been having some problems with his circuits, so he's stuck in robot mode.
Thanks, yeah. So, is that it?
Yeah, I got Jordy working on it.
Okay.
He's head of engineering.
So, if this is something you're interested in, check it out, at your game club or online. I'm sure there's many other videos out there for it. I know there's many reviews for it.
You don't have to run, but you do have to hurry. I'm sorry, they were saying it at work and I thought it was hilarious.
There's something wrong with you.
No, it was just there were some clearance items at work and the manager just kept getting on the overhead saying, we have a sale on this and this and this, but and just remember, you don't have to run, but you do have to. And it was just hilarious.
Crackhead.
I know.
Alright, folks, so get gaming, have fun. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
So long. Are you ready now?
No, just poop it.
I want to get this box out of here.
It's great. I love this game. It's the best ever.
Put it on the floor.
The box is great. It's not huge at all. It's not heavy.
Put it on the floor.
It doesn't have a lot of components. They're great quality.
I hate you.
It's the best game ever. Go out and get this game right now. You don't have to run, but you do have to hurry.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Put it on the floor. Are you ready now? Can we get this done for a second time? Somebody forgot to hit record.
Folks, thanks for joining us on a Gateway Gamer run through. This is our final thoughts. He's Barry Reynolds. I'm Jennifer Reynolds. My stand-in is Mike Wazowski. This is the best game ever. I just don't know what to say about it. It's great. And like I said before, which Barry may have edited, you do not have to run, but you do have to hurry to get this because it is going to fly off the shelves.
What are you done? Snorting and
This game sucks.
Can we get serious now?
I have Sirius XM satellite radio. Barry, start the show already, for God's sakes.
I'm trying.
For goodness sakes.
The longer it takes us to get this done.